Hello everyone, welcome for a quick video by Canon Trading Company. This time talking about metals. Gold, silver, copper, platinum, palladium have seen tremendous volatility, and there's a new product. Called the Small Exchange Metals Index. It's an interesting concept by the Small Exchange. Older products trade like stocks with prices that move like stocks. They are smaller products, so the margins are quite a bit lower, and hence the exposure slash risk slash opportunity are smaller. And in the case of the metals, if I'm looking to do a swing trade in silver or gold right now, to be honest, I would be a little scared with the type of movements I've seen in the recent weeks. However, if I'm looking to do a swing trade with the precious metals, for example, the small precious metal index, and I'm going to go ahead and look at the daily and condense the chart a little bit and take a look to see what kind of indicators I have. Maybe move over to the 4-hour chart as well. I see that I got a sell signal here. That was a day ago, actually, a couple of days ago. No, yesterday morning turned out to be a very good sell signal. And right now I do not have any buying opportunity or selling opportunity. So I'm just going to look at the chart and see if I can find anything that makes sense to me. I see a small buying on the half an hour chart, and what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and go long on this trade. We got the bid and offers here, and again, prices are like stocks, 77.19 at 77.34, and I'm going to go ahead and try to put a limit right at 77.31. Okay, this is a demo account, and we'll see first of all if I get filled, and then I'm going to pause the video. Again, the small exchange is a new exchange that launched recently. They currently have a few interesting products, which is the metals index, the stocks index, and a few more are coming out. On our website at futures at canontrading.com, we're actually listing the small exchange and the different contracts that they're offering, and we will update it as the small exchange offers more products. Currently, we got the US dollar index type of thing, the precious metals, which I'm trading right now, and the small stock 75. More are coming. More are coming. And let's take a look again to see how the trade progressed, if we got filled. And not yet. Looks like the last trade was at 77.35. It is a newer product, so the bid and ask it can be slightly wider than normal, but still very tradable. Low margin. As you can see, initial margin is $300. Current initial margin on silver is 12,600. So we were talking about some much big differences in the size of the contract. So I feel like the small exchange with the lower exchange fees per trade, ability to hang in there a little bit longer, the smaller margin, is a great way for many different traders. For traders who are coming from stocks and never traded futures, for traders who want to trade contracts but not be exposed to the large margin and volatility of the bigger futures, and again for longer term trading and day trading as well. I will share more as we progress, and I'm going to go ahead and raise my bid right now and try to get filled at 77.36, and I just got filled. Okay. So I'm long from 77.36. You can see it on the depth of market right here. Okay. You can see it in my positions right here. You can see that based on the last trade before me, I'm down $1, but right now based on the bid and ask, I'm probably up a few dollars. Again, small exchange transaction fees and exchange fees are quite a bit lower than regular margins. So that helps. The margin is lower. And I feel like this is a suitable market for many different type of traders. And again, I will expand a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and pause this video and we'll resume a little bit later. Okay, so let's take a look at the makeup of the small exchange precious metals with the contract specifications, and those are available on our website. If you go to our website, you'll see some very interesting information. If you go, you can go on the futures trading education and then click on the small exchange. And you can also do it from the contracts over here and over here. And once you're here, you're able to see additional info, watch some videos, and try a demo, just like the one I'm using. Take a moment to look at the disclaimer. Trading commodity futures and options involves substantial risk of loss. You can lose everything and more. This video is for educational purposes and shares my personal view of how I like to look at the markets and trade, etc. And again, this is a demo account. Let's see how we're doing. Looks like we're up about $7 on this trade. And I'm going to look for this market, hopefully to break 77.62. This is my level. And if we do, the next level for me will be 78.80. And depending on how the chart develops and the different time frame, it may develop into a longer term trade. It may stay in a shorter term time frame. So I'll continue to monitor and continue to update you as the trade progresses. So let's continue with our little gold trade here. Not gold, I'm sorry, the small metals index, which is an index of gold, silver, and platinum. Very interesting in my opinion. Let's add the platinum right here as well, just so we can get a look. Believe that the front month currently is the October. So we got platinum down $14. Gold right now is up $8, and silver pretty much unchanged after a wild night session. I mean, we're talking about low of 23.80, high of 26.54. Some big moves on the silver. Big moves as well on the precious metal index, the small index. But if you can, as you can see, it's not as scary. We're looking at about almost $2, which would be $200, versus on the gold. I mean, I'm sorry, on the silver, you're looking at $15,000 difference between high to low. At any rate, our trade is progressing nicely. Like I said, I need to see it break that 77.61. We're going to give it some time. Let's add another indicator here and see how it looks like. No, that didn't work well. So let's continue updating the small exchange precious metals index trade. This time I'm going to look at it with using a different platform, CQG. This is the 120-minute chart. This over here is the 30-minute chart. And pretty much the same signal that we got earlier that I shared with you in the demo platform and was the base for me getting into the trade. We broke that level that I was looking for, the 77.61. We're actually making a 77.69. And in my opinion, we should test drive. We should test the 78.74 and then 78.97. Again, that's my opinion only. I will follow some of the indicators that I share. Currently, the demo trade is going well. And again, I'm only doing one contract. Margin is $300. So good sized contract for if you're coming from the stock side of things, or if you never traded futures before, or if you're moving from demo to live trading, but you do not want to take the risk of trading a big gold or a big silver. So more than a few advantages on this metals index. More to follow as the day unfolds. Good morning. This is part 2 of the small metals, the small exchange metals index trade, the SPRE on our E-futures. As I mentioned yesterday, this is a type of index that allows me personally, and I think for other people, to hang in there a little bit longer, perhaps swing trades, perhaps when you look to average in and out. It's a smaller contract, a smaller margin. I like the fact that it's made out of both gold, silver, and platinum. So today, for example, we got gold down, but we have silver. Gold is down, and we got silver though up nicely, and we got platinum up pretty good, and the metal exchange is up. This is the 30-minute chart from yesterday. We took a trade. Let's take a look at the position. Long from 77.36. It is a demo account, and right now we have no working orders. Still long. And the market is having some issues with resistance right here, but I have a feeling we're gonna see a little bit higher prices. I got another signal. Let's take a look to see if we can see it a little bit better here. I got another buy signal here this morning or early. This was the one yesterday. Both of them had just very little follow through so far. So what I'm looking at is I need to see this market break at 77.87 and starts trading above 79. Otherwise, I may get out of this trade. I'm going to look at one more tool I use from the CQG, same metal index. Again, this is the two signals that we saw, one yesterday and one this morning. And I like the fact that we're trading above this specific moving average that I like to use. Shows a sign like the market is trying to bottom out. I'm going to look at the 120 minute and see. And again, we really need to see this market go above 78 and starts trading above 78, and then we may see this little turnaround right here, a little curling action to the upside. If the inverse Fisher goes above 20, that'll be a good sign. That's one thing that I'm looking for. Over here, I just need to see the market break a new high. Recent high, let's put it this way. That's on the 30-minute chart. We're looking at 77.90, so I'm going to go with 78. Next level after that is a 78.44. A failure to do so will encourage me to get out and reevaluate. Let's take a look briefly here on the daily chart of silver. One of the most powerful moves we've seen in past history of commodities, recent history of commodities. I mean, really some major move. The sell-off from a couple of days ago stopped right on the 50% retracement, and today it seems like we're going back higher. And let's take a look and see how this young contract is doing on a daily basis. As you can see, it only started trading a couple of months ago, so not much data yet to build indicators on the daily level. But as you could see on the hourly, on the half hour, 120 minutes, etc., there's plenty of data for us to decide and make trades with. So at this point, I see this gap right here from yesterday to this morning. I see the recent low at 75.04. I don't want to go to the recent low, to be honest. It's tough for me to decide where to put a stop, but I'm going to go with 76.60 as a stop. And I'm going to look to see if we can go above the 79. I'm sorry, 78, and then see after that. So I'm going to put a few different orders here. Okay. I'm going to go with the standard order ticket here for right now. And I'm going to buy the precious metals, small precious metals exchange. I want to buy another contract here, limit. And I want to add another contract here shortly, but I'm going to wait with the second contract. Actually, I'm going to buy it on the stop. And if we break 78 even, I want to be long. I want to be long two contracts. So that's one order. Okay, and then I'm going to have another order. I want to sell stop protection.
We'll wait and see on the negotiations.
And also good to cancel if we drop back below the 77 level. So if we drop below 77, I wanna take a break. I'm gonna look at the chart here one more time to see the exact location. Yeah, 76. It looks like 75, 75 is the correct level. So I'm gonna put a sell stop on 2 contract. And you're gonna ask me why 2. I'll tell you in a second. Okay, and then I want to buy one more in case we just test this level right here, the 77.36, and hold it. So okay, and also good to cancel. And usually when I day trade, what I'll do is I'll use the dome right here, and I'll just buy market, sell market, or perhaps I'll just use the bid and the ask. I'll show you right away. Again, this is our free E-Futures trading software, great tool. So I'll just come here and buy bids, sell ask, sell market, figure out if I want to reverse, what type of orders do I want, brackets or not brackets, contingents, and more. But when I do a little bit longer term trades, I like to use the standard order ticket. And I like to make sure that I see my orders right here. And I'll come back a little bit later and share with you how is this trade developing and go from there. So again, this is Thursday, August 13th, looking at the precious metals index by the small exchange. And my name is Ilan Levy-Mayer. I'm with Canon Trading Company. Have a great day. Okay, so quick update. About 10 minutes ago, we placed some orders. We did break the 78, and that triggered me with another contract. So I'm long 2 right now. Looks like gold is bouncing a little bit, and definitely platinum and silver are up pretty good this morning. So the metals, the small exchange metal index is up. Chart looks much better right here, as you can see. This is a 30-minute chart. I want to take a look at an hourly chart as well. Yeah, the hourly chart got a signal, but this signal failed. As you can see, we did not break the previous high once we got the signal, and we dropped. So that signal was no good based on the hourly. But this trade for now is I'm basing it on the 30-minute chart, and we did get a signal that was respected by price action. So it'll be interesting to see where we go from here. At this point, I'm still going to keep the buy limit and the buy stop. Let's take a look at how our 30-minute chart looks like here. I'm going to say next target is 78.58, hopefully. And I'll keep you posted. We'll see how the trade progresses. So we are back and looking at the small exchange metals index. Obviously, it's a trade that we're doing on demo and started yesterday. Let me show you where we're at right now. We got in yesterday with this signal over here. We added another one today with the signal over here using a 30-minute chart. And I'm probably looking at this point for at least 80.44 and maybe even higher. The small exchange metals index made up of silver, gold, and platinum, which are all sharply higher today. As you can see, gold, silver, platinum, and here's the small exchange. So it's currently we're long 2. We have a stop. We need to start moving the stop higher, and then take a look to see for possible targets and assess from here. At this point, this signal materialized earlier in the Previously, I said I would like to see the inverse fissure crosses above 20, which it did right here. And so it does look pretty strong. However, the metals have been extremely volatile. And that's when one has to make a decision. Do we put a trailing stop? Do we take one off? And my guess at this time is to use a trailing stop. I'm going to use this level right here at 77 even. I know it's quite a bit farther. Actually, 77.37 makes more sense to me. So that will be my initial stop. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this stop. I'm going to cancel it. Okay. And I'm going to put a stop on two contracts. And it's going to be a trailing stop. Trailing stop loss, it's going to be a good little cancel. And the initial stop will be at 77.37. And for every 54 cents this market goes higher, I want the stop to move by 54 cents. This way, if things happen when I'm busy or different times of the day, it will be in there. Again, this is a simulated trading account. Much easier in many ways. But nonetheless, it shows you a real live example of how the small index precious metals is moving with a real-time example of a trade. This trade you could have done with, let's say you have $1,000 in an account and you're transitioning from stocks to futures. So the same pricing as stocks, dollar with decimals, similar hours, similar in many ways, but still futures. The margin for each of these contracts is $300 overnight. So assuming hypothetically that was $1,000 account, I could have went in with two contracts and be up this hypothetical amount of money right here at this point. It'll be interesting to see how this trade progress. I do want to look at a 4-hour chart real quick, see what we look like there. Yeah, it looks like at one point or another this gap right here should be filled, but we'll just go with the flow and see how the trade progresses. So you will hear more in this regards as soon as the market makes new highs or makes a significant move one way or the other. So looks like we have some developments in the market, and the price of the index went down below the parabolics. So this is the SAR parabolics. Actually, it's not. Yes, it is. It is, and the parabolic has shifted on the 30-minute chart. So at this point, I'm just going to call it a day, and I'm going to go ahead and do the following. I'm going to cancel all over here. Okay. And then I'm just going to try to get out of the best possible price out of my two lot. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look at the bid and the offer. And I want to go ahead and I'm going to put a limit right here. I'm going to say don't ask again because that's a dome placement. And once I get out, I will keep you guys updated. Okay, so look like we got out of this trade, out of the demo trade, and this trade is finished. Hopefully it was a good story example of why, how, etc. I do believe that on the longer term time frames, the metals are not done. I like the fact that the small exchange metals index includes both gold, silver, and platinum. So we get a little bit of a diversification in there. So I like that. And I like the fact that it's smaller. So if I'm really looking to, if I have a client that says, hey, I'm looking long-term at metals and I think metals are going up, I think that's a good viable option to consider. At any rate, I hope you enjoyed it. Please read the disclaimer again. This was a demo account. This was for educational purposes. I appreciate the visit and the time. Futures trading is risky and not suitable for anybody, for everyone. And past performance not indicative of future results. Please feel free. Actually, I encourage you to visit our website. And if you want to try the software that I was using in the demo, you can go to our different website, which is e-futures.com, and just click on open a demo account, and you'll get access to this same exact software right here with all the tools, whistles, and bells. It'll be interesting to see price action tomorrow, and there'll be more follow-up videos on this topic as well. Thank you, and have a great rest of the year.